Hey. Huh. I should have learned last time not to suck on these mints while I'm trying to speak. Hey everyone. I'm just waiting for a couple more people to join in. So today is my second Tysabri infusion. Same. Should have learned. Pardon me. I'm gonna spit this out again. It's just tradition now. I start talking with the mint in my mouth, and then I've got to be gross and spit it out. So today is my second day, or second infusion day, with the last dose being about a month ago. I got a nice corner room this time. It's nice and spacious. I also have a view this time. Look at that, a window with a parking lot view. So fancy. So anyway, that's about it. The first dose seemed to go okay. I haven't noticed any adverse effects, knock on wood, yet, so that's good. Yeah, so there's really nothing terribly exciting to report here, but I did get a couple questions that people would like answered. So let me see here. Somebody did ask me, there was, hold on, let me try to find it. First off, whoever's in here, can you hear me okay? Because the IV is like right here and it's making a lot of noise. I want to make sure that you guys can hear me. So comment if you can hear me okay. Meanwhile, I am going to try to find, okay, yeah, I found it. Can you guys hear me? I see you in here, but can you hear me? Hello? Oh, I see a poop emoji. That must mean affirmative. You can hear me. Thanks. Okay, good. All right. So I got a question of, did I have trouble getting coverage, and specifically coverage for this medication? The answer is yes. However, I don't know that I'm 100% qualified to answer that question, because around the time when I was getting started on this medication, or switching over to this medication, I was also going through like a lot of other stuff at the same time, like just trying to find a health insurance coverage, period. If anybody's been kind of following along on the saga of my 2017 in my blog at itsonlybruise.com, there was a lot going on all at once, and I was getting a bunch of new health diagnoses, and I was recovering from surgery and scrambling to get some kind of health coverage at this time. So it all was really a blur, but it's probably dependent on whatever insurance you have, but it was a little tricky for me to get coverage with Tysabri. I'm not 100% sure on this, but I have heard that a lot of insurance companies won't cover Tysabri unless you've tried and failed at two other separate medications. So, and I've been on Avonex, Tecfidera, Rebif, and then I was not a candidate for Gilenya because I had pre-existing macular edema. So I definitely qualified for that, but it's an expensive medication, not as expensive as Rebif. Rebif for like a year's supply was like 90-some thousand, which is insane. This isn't as expensive, but it just seems like it's a lot more difficult to get coverage. I'm totally not answering the question here, and this is not informative at all, but it was a little bit tricky. My recommendations to people who are thinking of starting Tysabri or will be starting Tysabri is to, once you kind of get the paperwork done and the prescription is ordered, I would advise you to call Biogen. They're the ones who make Tysabri, and sign up for their copay program and their infusion program. There's two separate programs that you have to sign up for, so make sure you're signed up for both, and you have to do it before your first infusion is the way that I understand it, because if you do it after that, it's not retroactive, so you have to do it right away. So there's that. Let's see. Oh, there was another couple more questions. I don't think I'm going to be doing this very long today. I came in with the best intentions of, like, doing some writing, getting some stuff done that I've kind of been putting off, and I'm tired. So, I posted about this the other day. I'd heard that some people kind of get sort of like a boost of energy after they get an infusion, and then it kind of peters off, and then like maybe a couple days before their next dose, they kind of feel a little poopy again. I don't know if it was psychosomatic. It might have been, but I felt like I was a little bit more energetic in this last month. I'm not sure if I don't know, maybe I was getting better sleep. I don't know, but the last few days I've been feeling really like draggy and foggy, and I had two separate people at work on two separate days tell me that it just seemed off. So maybe there's something to it. I don't know. I'd be kind of surprised if I would see anything like that after the first infusion, because they say it usually takes about 3 doses for your blood to be fully saturated and to really kind of notice any kind of a difference. And then I believe 7 to 8 months before it's supposed to start doing its stuff. Anyways, ending the tangent. Let's see. There was another question that I got from Kathy Reagan Young from FUMS Now, or FUMS. If you haven't already, you should go check out her blog and Facebook page. She was one of the bloggers that that I met up with in Nashville last month, part of the hashtag MS Blog Squad, to learn about the Acuity blood test to diagnose MS. So anyway, she asked several questions. Okay, here we go. So she asked, how does the infusion feel? Is it cold? How do you feel afterward? Do you get a blast of energy from it? And can you tell when it's wearing off? Well, I actually inadvertently answered a couple of those already. But with the other ones, how does it feel? If anybody's ever had an IV before, it feels very similar. It does feel cold. It does feel very cold. Very centralized, though, just in the area where they put the needle. You do get a little bit of a metallic taste like you get when you're on like a steroid drip. But they do have a lovely bowl full of these little mints right outside of the front desk, which, for those of you who joined me right at the beginning, I made this mistake last stream where I started sucking on the mint, and then I can't talk without spitting it out, so I had to take it out. So yeah, but it's a little cold. It's a little chilly in here as well, but they have these nice, they have blanket warmers, and I'm using a nice warm blanket right now, nice cozy chair, corner room. I've got a view this time with a window out to the parking lot. It's good. And let's see, how do I feel afterward? I feel, at least last time, I felt fine. I was able to drive home and go about my day as normal. They say a lot of people, if they're, working that day, they go right back to work and everything. So yeah, it's pretty easy, other than you having to like leave your house and then come here and have somebody kind of tend to you and that whole ordeal. It's pretty easy, which is nice. So did you get and also they told me that not so much your first infusion, but the second infusion, they said that, I think they said the second and the third, but particularly the second, I might have some kind of allergic reaction, but they wouldn't tell me too much information about like what kind of allergic reaction I might get this time. Probably because they don't want to put it into my head. I'm very heavily influenced by a suggestion, and I think they detected that. So, yeah. So if you guys see me like start to swell up like a lobster, or you know, have spiders crawling out of my ears or something, that's probably not supposed to happen, and I should probably report that. But so there's a chance of some kind of allergic reaction this time. But then I think after this dose and the next dose, and I think if everything goes well, I should be in the clear. So yeah, I mean, today wasn't too much different than the first time. So far, they take the same blood tests. You know, they test for the JC virus every single time I'm here, so every single month, which is nice because I don't think every facility does that. I think some do like every 6 months, but they do every month here to make sure that I'm JC negative and remain JC negative, and then monitor levels if I ever turn JC positive. So, oh, hey, Christy. Oh, it's so cool to see you here. Hey. I'm so glad you just joined now because you could have called me out earlier. I said I came here with good intentions to get some writing done, but I just feel so tired today. I don't think I've been sleeping well these last few days, and I was hoping to get a nap done, but who knows? Maybe when I'm done with this, we'll see. But yeah, what else? But yeah, so they did the blood tests and you know, the JC test, and then they did some other blood work today, something about infection levels. That's all the information I got on it. I don't know, but I don't know. So that's my day. I already spoke with the physician assistant, so I think the rest of my time here should be pretty much uninterrupted. I don't know if somebody has to come in to switch to the saline after Tysabri's done. I don't know. I just live here. That's cool. But yeah, so I mean, that's about it. I'll probably still be poking around online on Twitter and etc. here, maybe in the chat here. What was I gonna say? I was gonna bring something. Oh, if people haven't seen it yet, and I'm gonna post a link real quick. Let me just pull it up. I did post a new article. Not article. I don't know. I posted it on it's only a bruise.com just a couple days ago, in which I kind of recapped my 2017, which, of course, for those of you who follow along with social media and my blog, you know that it was kind of shitty. But I kind of talk about it there and what I plan for 2018, and then I also link there. I'm going to post it in the comments section right now. And I also link there to an article that recently went live on MS Connection that I wrote about how we, as people who have MS, can plan for the year ahead, you know, when we have a disease that, you know, can change with the hour or the day or the week, or, you know, no one knows. So you should go check those out. I don't know, I'm gonna just sit here for a while so you guys could, like, you know, leave comments or tweet me or hang out on Instagram. I'm always online, so I'll be around. I'm bored. I'm here for another maybe an hour and a half or so. So yeah, well, thanks for joining me, guys, for this Q&A. I don't know, it seems like I get good feedback on these, so I guess next month when I'm back, we can do this again. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments, or in a direct message, or on Twitter, or anywhere. You know where to find me. Let me know if you like doing this, joining me. I know it kind of sucks because I think the latest appointments that they offer here are usually like at 2:30 Central Standard Time. So most people are at work when I'm on here. But I always save these and post these later. But if you enjoy this, let me know. Oh, hey, Kathy. I was just signing off, but now you're here. Now we can chat. So yeah, things are going good. I'll post this video once I end it so people can watch it. And I'm just rambling. See, I told you I was tired and I probably just need a nap. Okay. But I'm lonely. Struggle. Okay. So I think that was all the questions, unless anybody who's watching now, I'm seeing that not all the comments that I'm seeing that should be showing up are showing up. But if anybody has any other questions before I sign off that they want answered this month, you can type them real quick. And, oh, did I get one in my email? Actually, okay. One moment. Okay. So, oh, that's a good one. So I got a question in my email just now of, does your blog play a role in helping you cope with MS? All right, so bonus last minute question. It helps a lot. For those who don't know and who weren't around from the beginning, It's Only a Bruise was started as a way to facilitate conversation between myself and some friends who expressed to me that they had a hard time talking to me about my MS, or they didn't know like what to ask, or how to ask, and that kind of thing. So I started it for that purpose, because disease makes people uncomfortable, myself included. And kind of as time went on, I noticed that other people who live with MS were kind of stumbling across my blog and were getting something from it. So then I started to write for those people. And then, you know, as the more time went on, that's when I started to write for the MS Society and the MS Connection blog and other online resources for MS. So I started to write for other people. And a lot of times when, sorry, I don't know if you can hear that. I'm in a different room this time, so I don't know what you guys can hear. But someone was coming in here again. What was I saying? I was saying, oh, that a lot of times when I write, I'm not just writing for, you know, other people with MS, you know, at whatever stage, and not just for their family, not just for their friends and, you know, the curious types, advocates. I'm also writing for myself. A lot of times things that I'm saying are things that like I feel like I need to hear. So it's been very therapeutic, and it's been really helpful to cope and, you know, to kind of create this small community within It's Only a Bruise, you know, keeping in touch with, like, you know, the same people and new people, and getting to hear and share experiences and stories and, you know, all of that stuff. And it's been a really great way to kind of just go about each day and know that there's other people out there going through the same thing that you are, but maybe even in a different way, and to help you see things in a different way. So yeah, it's been really, really helpful. I did say when I was in Nashville with a bunch of the other MS bloggers for the iQity meetup, we did a live stream then, and we all kind of like introduced each other to each other's audiences. And I did mention there too that when I was first diagnosed with MS, at the time, I only knew one person, and one person who I knew well enough to talk to about, or I should say I only knew one person that I also knew well enough who also had MS to talk to when I was going through, you know, the very scary diagnosis process. And her name was Teresa, and she, I think at that point, had been living with MS for about 8 years or so. And so when I was, you know, waiting on test results and that kind of thing, I was really, really kind of freaking out, as I'm sure many of you can relate to. And she, I think it was the day that I found out that I had MS, that I was on the phone with her, and she said, we're both Greek. And so she said to me, she said, kukla, which means doll. She said, kukla. She's like, look at the word. It made me think of my big fat Greek wedding, you know, where the dad is like, you know, give me any words and I'll show you how it is Greek. There you go. You know, but she said, look, kukla, look at the word. She said, we were talking about the lesions on the brain, because I had, you know, gotten my MRI results and I had found lesions on my brain. And so we were talking about that, how scary that was to me. And she said, look at the word. She said, sclerosis. What does that mean? She said, it's Greek. She said, you know, she said, it's Greek. She said, what does it mean? It means hard, or for our purposes here, scars. So multiple sclerosis, multiple scars. And she said, it's just, those lesions are just like bruises on an apple. She said, it doesn't make that apple bad. It doesn't make the apple inedible. You can still eat the apple. You can still bake it into a pie. It doesn't change the apple itself. You know, you might have to be a little bit more careful with that apple. You might have to maybe, you know, store it in such a way that it doesn't get more bruises, and, you know, monitor it that way, but it's still just an apple. It's only a bruise. And that's how It's Only a Bruise was born, or at least the title of it. That's where the inspiration came from. And as many of you know, my dear friend Teresa, she passed this past May 2017 from stage 4 breast cancer. And my hope going forward with It's Only a Bruise, because it is risky. At least I feel like it's risky to be so open about a chronic illness, because, you know, particularly as far as your livelihood goes, because people don't understand, and people judge, you know, they think that they know that, you know, you have a chronic disease, that you're a liability, or that you're not capable of something, or, you know, that any moment, you know, something could happen to you. And while that's true, it's not exactly like that. And, you know, if you Google my name right now, there's just pages and pages of my name linked to MS and chronic illness and stuff like that. So it is a little risky, but I continue to do what I do because I love it, but also because, you know, if somebody can stumble across my website and read something that they just really needed to hear that day, and they feel like it helped them, and if I can help somebody even just a fraction of the way that Teresa helped me during that very scary time, then I feel like I did something worthwhile. So I don't know how we got here, but we're here. I think we got, what was the question? Oh, something about how my blog has helped me cope. Well, there you go. So this is how we got here. So unless there's any other questions, I think that's gonna be it for today, because I'm really not sure what else to talk about. I think at this point now I've probably got another 45 minutes to an hour to go here. But yeah, if there's no other questions, then I think I might end it here. And again, let me know if you like these little live get-togethers when I get my infusion. You can let me know. You know where to reach me. And okay, that's it. All right, so I'm gonna head out, and I'm gonna get a mint back in my mouth because I'm starting to get that nasty metallic taste again. And I hope the rest of you have a wonderful month, and I'll probably see you next month here. And yeah, oh, look at that burst of reactions out of nowhere. Oh my God, who's doing that? Okay. All right. You know what? I know that there's comments that aren't showing up, and that's really aggravating to me. But okay, that is all. I'm signing off. I feel like I feel like today, it's like I'm really tired and I just want to take a nap, but I feel like I'm just like, no, you hang up. You know, no, you hang up. Okay, we'll both hang up on the count of 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, you didn't hang up. That's what I feel like. I feel like I need company today. But okay, that's all. I'm rambling. I've been rambling for like the last, well, this has been going on 25 minutes. I'm sorry, guys, for taking up so much time of your day. Okay, that's it. All right, I'll see you next month. You hang up. Bye.